Dear West Indian people, let's normalize speaking life into our children. And I say this because it is part of our culture to normally say something negative about our child if someone asks us about them. So for example, you see your neighbor or you run into a friend and they say to you, hey, what's about your son or what's about your daughter? And the first thing out of our mouth sometimes is something negative. We're quick to say, that little boy miserable too much. Oh, God, them children head hard. Oh, they this, they that. It is so easy for us to always gravitate towards something negative when it comes to speaking about our children. Why is that? If you trace it back to slavery, there used to be a time when enslaved people had to sometimes degrade their own children so that master wouldn't pay attention to them, or they wouldn't pique master's interest, because you can't sell your kids, you can't big them up, you can't hype them up to master, because that would probably result in them being, bought or sold very early. So people who were enslaved would usually say things like, oh, he's lazy, oh, he's no good, because you have to make it look like if the child's useless or worthless. And I think that has now seeped into the way we speak about ourselves and our children. So let us try to speak life. Those days are over. We're no longer on the plantation, even though sometimes it feels like we are. But we need to be able to try to unlearn the habit of speaking down when it comes to our children. Next time someone asks you about your child, say something like this. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. He's a joy. She's such a kind child. And I know kids are frustrating. I get that sometimes they do get on our nerves. Because trust me, I was a rebellious child. I put my mom through so much growing up. But she never spoke negativity into me. She never spoke about me in a negative way to anyone. There were times when my mom had every right to drag me, every right to probably curse me out my name, but she never did that. She would always pour into me, speak life and love into me. Even when I didn't even deserve it, she was always there to uplift me every single day. And sometimes you're not aware of how powerful it is, because I can testify to this day. I can see the way my mom has imprinted her love in me and the impact it made in my life. So I can tell you right now, there is nothing more powerful than speaking life into your child.